not part of the wrong. He said, no. Cat is, I know him as a clean guy, he's my brother. Even if you check the phone communication between me and him, we are brothers. So I had no reason not to believe the head of the Hawks in KZN when he tells me this, that Cat is just a brother. I finished the conversation, I talked to Khumalo, I said, Snona has this close relationship with Cat. Maybe when we check the downloads of Cat, we must run the Snona's phone and see if there's any communication between them. So that's how the extract of the communication and the relationship between Cat and Snona was discovered, because it's Snona that disclosed the relationship between him and Cat. Fast forward from there, Snona comes to me and he says, hey, you remember the guy I told you about, Cat Matlala? I said, yeah. He said, that guy's got a contract in the police of health contract. But he's struggling because police are not placing orders. Now he wants to reach out to talk to the end user, which is Jaron Hua. And when they establish the people that can link him with Jaron Hua, they discover that you're the one of our entire management of the SAPS, you're the one that is closest to Jaron Hua. Can you arrange a meeting? So now I said to Snona, but why must I arrange a meeting for Cat Matlala and Jaron Hua? For what reason? And he says, no, but looks like Cat has an information that can assist Khumalo and the team with their investigation in Gauteng. So that what drew my attention, and I said, but he's got information. What information? He said, no, the role that's be a place in this whole criminality happening in Gauteng. So that got me excited. And I said, okay, well, we'll confirm the meeting. From there, I then contacted Jaro Khumalo. I said, Jaro Khumalo, this is what I'm aware of. Must we have this meeting? So we agreed, no, let's have the meeting. But let's control the venue where the meeting is. And let's wire the place so that you can record everything happening in the meeting. Hence the flat. That we have to discard, get a flat, a place where we can go in, nobody can trace us. Anything happening there can be on record. I was hoping the day that Cat is going to say he gave me money, because I was going to come and show you that there was never anything handed. I'm glad he didn't, because there was nothing. So the meeting then is arranged, and I go back to Snona, I said, tell him to come. Then Jaro Snona invite him to come. And I said to Snona, I know this guy moves around with bodyguards. When he comes to see me, he must be alone and you, just the two of you, nobody else. So you're going to pick him up, or you pick him up, you're going to bring him to me. Then he said, okay, we're going to meet at Mhlanga. The meeting is going to be around Mhlanga. They met at the hotel. Mr. Adams is not here. I'm sure he's watching at home. Oyster Box. Oyster Box is a very expensive hotel in Durban. That is where they met. Cat and Snona. Whether inside the hotel or at the parking, I was not there, but they met at the hotel. Because after that, Snona, first time I saw Snona driving a Polo car. You know, this one is driven by these Uber boys, the small car, VW. Snona was driving that car. He called me, he said, I'm with Cat. We are driving this Polo. We are getting out of Oyster Box. So I said, okay, come up because I'm in the vicinity. He gave me the description of the car. I spotted the car. Then I said, okay, I see I'm driving this car in front of you, the Mercedes-Benz. Can you see it? He said, yeah, no, we can see it. I said, okay, follow me. So I drove them down towards Pavilion, Beverly Hills Hotel, around into Pels. There's a parking at the bottom there for those that know Mhlanga, towards the beach. So we enter in there, into the boom gate. I show my face, the boom gate opens. I go in, I tell the security to open for him. They open for them, and they followed me. Some 50 meters, we park, we walk, we get out of the cars, we walk into the lift, into your apartment. Honorable Chair, that apartment from where we're seated in a three-seater dining room table, a glass table, can only seat 3 people. Where I'm sitting, at least a meter, is the wall. Behind me, a meter, it's another wall. On this side, it's a lounge that will be at least maybe about where Honorable Skosana is seated. That's where the TV is. And on that corner, on that side, which is a good 4 meters or so, is an entrance into the apartment. And on my right, open plan, Honorable Chair, up to where the podium is, which roughly about 4 meters or so, is the sink at the end of the kitchen. So for Snona to say he was busy drinking somewhere, he couldn't hear anything. When we are here, you're talking, a person on TV, a person here can hear everything. It's just the three of us, nobody else there. So we said, we spoke. That's when he then gave me this information. The information is about Steve Mutsume. Steve Mutsume is a name that the 68 million people, excluding the independent podcasters, they are the ones that got guts to talk about Steve Mutsume. The rest of media houses in South Africa don't want to research about that person. It's a name that has come out so many times, Steve Mutsume. He told me about Steve Mutsume. He gave me the address of the house of Steve Mutsume. He told me about activities of Spear, how the Spear is collecting money. He told me about the property of Spear that I didn't know. He gave me the address. He told me about the impalas he bought for Spear. This is all coming from Cat voluntarily. I don't have a clue about all these things. The properties in a townhouse in Sentin. So I take note of all these things. And then he asked one thing, but the other one was just a comment which we couldn't do much about it. The first one was, I've got this contract, I've got so many people that I should be paying that I haven't paid, but the police not placing an order. Can you get Gerald Mkhwanazi to meet up with me so we can discuss and get to hear what is the issue? Then I said, well, I'll talk to Gerald Mkhwanazi, but I don't know anything about the contract, but I'll talk to her. The feedback will come to Snon. That is one. Two, what is the next thing? The next thing is that I hear that there's investigation in Gauteng on an attempted murder of his ex-girlfriend. What is happening on that? I said, no, don't ask me that question. I'm not in Gauteng, I'm here. I can't even answer any question. If you have issues with it, Gerald Snona is your brother, must talk to Gerald Commando and establish what is the issue there. That's how the meeting ended. We left. After leaving, I pick up the phone, I call Gerald Commando. I said, Gerald Commando, this is information. Here's the address of Mr. Mutsume. Mr. Mutsume has got a house, standalone house somewhere in Sentin. I just don't know the address now with my, which I can say, but from the American High Commission in Sentin, for those that know Sentin, if we drive down towards the western side, but we go down the road, Steve Mutsume's house is there, the one that he alleges to be Steve Mutsume's, a very big house, is there, because I saw it on Google. He came in, he said, that's a house where Spear collects money. Because I was not satisfied with the information about Spear, he says Spear collects money there, but using the police vehicle and the police driver. And mine to him was, Spear cannot be arrested then, because when you arrest him, he's going to say the money belongs to a driver, not to him. But if he uses a police car to go there, we'll be able to get that on investigation. We need more information about Spear. He said, no, he paid 2 million rand towards his plot. He bought him impalas. All the Impala stories came with me, but nobody asked, how do I come up with Impala story? It's because of that meeting. When I spoke about these Impalas, I just did not elaborate where I got the stories of the Impalas in details. But the Impalas come with Cat. The townhouse. Cat says he didn't even know about the townhouse.